So hello everyone and welcome inside an Abarth 124 Spider. It's a lovely summer's day. It's nice and warm, so we've got the top down as it should be, so excuse the sunglasses. We're going to tell you what this car is all about. I'm really looking forward to this one. Been for a little drive in it already, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. So let's get this going. Oh, it's got this lovely bassy note to the exhaust. This car comes with the Monza exhaust and it sounds brilliant. So, what's it like? So, first impressions. When you jump in the car, you'll notice that the seating position and all that is carried over from an MX-5. So you sit pretty low in the car, you've got a nice stubby lever, sweet gear shift. Oh, people, that exhaust sounds brilliant. Now, I can only apologise about the wind noise, but it's only appropriate that we do this with the roof off, so we'll keep it slow for now whilst I talk to you. So yeah, you sit nice and low in the car, you've got a nice stubby gear lever. Wheel doesn't quite come to your chest, but you sit in a good enough position that, you know, you can still get that nice 90-degree bend, and the driving position is pretty good. Pedals, beautifully placed. Brake pedal is nice and, you know, nice and firm. Throttle pedal is, again, lovely. It's floor actuated, which is cool, but it does have a slightly lazy throttle response at low RPM. This 1.4 multi-jet engine. So to fix that, we pop her into sport mode, livens her up a bit, and makes rev matching and heel toe just that little bit easier. Clutch, unlike the GT86 video where I complained that the clutch was a bit tricky to use, this one, it's lovely. It's really light. Bite point is nice and clear. Getting those smooth gear shifts is really easy. It's just a doddle to cruise around in. You've got all this space. You've got a wonderful exhaust noise. You've got a lovely gear shift that you can row through the gears gently, or you can rush it, and it really rewards either. It's just a fantastic little car for days like today. So what's it like when you start to push on? Well, it's got as I said before, it's got the 1.4 multi-jet engine. So 1.4 4-cylinder turbocharged. So it's got a bunch of mid-range torque, loads more than the GT86. So in the real world, it just makes life a bit easier. Steering feel is a bit vague. There's this dead spot in the center, so you can wiggle the steering wheel and it doesn't really respond, and you get zero feedback through the wheel. So it makes it a little tricky to place, and it feels to me just a bit too vague to really press on. You just lack that confidence in the front end. Brakes, again, nice and strong. This car's on Goodyear Eagle F1 asymmetric 6s, which are a great tyre. It definitely it has that feeling where it just feels like it's falling over itself just a little bit, but I think you could probably dial some of that out maybe if you did a couple of mods. But it just has that lovely ability to just breathe with the road though. Whatever dampers are on this, I'm pretty sure it's the Bilstein units that are carried over from the MX-5. They are beautifully judged for English roads, and they are lovely. Just even when you've got some speed on, they just work with the road. And that exhaust, people, that exhaust is absolutely outrageous. let's give it just a bit of... This car is all about the experience. Wow. It carries over all the same great traits that an MX-5 has. You know, it's carried over the diff, the dampers. So when you get on the throttle, you can really feel the back end start to tighten up and shimmy around. It's got this lovely chassis balance, even if the front end is a bit washy. But this powertrain, it doesn't rev that high. It revs to 6.5 grand, and it really runs out of steam at about 5.5, so you almost aren't rewarded going to the red line. But I feel like it makes up for it in that mid-range slug of torque to just drag you through. And one area where this trumps an MX-5 massively is that exhaust. I cannot put into words how much the exhaust changes the experience. It just sounds brilliant. It's loud, it's throaty, and it makes you smile. It's all about the experience. And with the top down, wow, this is a great car. This is a great car. And one that I think is slept on, really. You know, you see a lot of people raving about Miatas or MX-5s, depending on where you are. You know, obviously I've got my GT86, and in that video I likened that car as a competitor to this. And what this perhaps doesn't have in terms of driving precision that the GT86 has, my God, it makes up for with some character. I mean, just listen to it. It's a great noise. Oh dear. There might be a lot of little giggles and stuff with me alluding to this powertrain, because it is fantastic. This particular car is finished in silver, and it does not have the anti-glare pack which a lot of the Abarth 124s have, where it has the matte black bonnet and boot lid. It does, however, have the heritage pack, which comes with these lovely red mirror caps. It also has the navigation package, so it's got actually quite an up-to-date sat-nav, and it uses this like iDrive system where you have this knob down here you can twiddle to use the menuus, which is super intuitive and quite slick to use. So I really like that. This car has the Bose, the optional stereo upgrade, so it has the speakers in the headrests like some of the MX-5s do, and it has actually pretty good bass as well. So the woofers are in the door, and they just makes it that little bit more livable. The best thing, as I alluded to in the GT86 video, for making a car livable is a... Hold on a second, fellas. We have a DC2 Integra Type R on the hand. Oh no. That's pretty cool. And a little starlet as well. Lovely. So yes, as I alluded to in my GT86 video, one of the best things about making a car really usable as a daily is great headlights. And obviously the GT86 had the Xenons. This is another level altogether. This has the visibility pack, so it comes with LED lights. They're auto lights, so when the sun goes down they'll come on automatically, but they are really bright, and my favourite feature of all is the fact that they're dynamic and they're tied to the steering wheel. So at night when you turn the corner, they have motors in the lights that just twist the projectors slightly, and it gives that illusion of the light bending round the corner, and it transforms the driving experience at night. The GT86 is great, but even on low and high beams, the dynamic lights on this are an absolute treat. They are really, really good. A couple of Porsches. Sounding awesome. So this car is very, very highly spec'd. It has pretty much every option pack ticked, and it makes it just a beautiful, beautiful car to daily every day. It's fun, it's entertaining at low speeds with this exhaust, as you can hear. This exhaust, it's outrageous, this Monza exhaust. It's just dirty. It's just dirty. So, a couple of boring bits. Boots, it's pretty small, but I don't know, are you buying this car to have a massive boot? Of course you're not. It's a two-seat sports car. It is going to be compromised. So it's got quite a small boot, which if you're taking two people's bags away for a long weekend, you do start running out of space. There are two small storage bins actually behind the backrest of the seat, which is quite good. There is also the classic cubby hole here, which has got quite a cool plaque on it. This particular car is number 224 of the ones that they brought to the UK, of which there was about 1,500 odd. So they're actually quite rare. It's not very often that you see another one on the road. There's quite a few 124 Spiders kicking around, but not many Abarths. The seats in this, I must say, they're very comfy, and the seat heaters are outrageously good. I've got mine on setting 1 out of 3, and I am cooking. So the seat heaters are fantastic. But I do find that these leather seats back some lateral support, so when you really start pressing on, you find yourself sliding out of the chair just a little bit, which is less than ideal, but you're close enough to the door that you can brace yourself on the door. But obviously some more winged seats would be ideal. There are some other boring things as well. This car gets pretty good MPG. This car belongs to my other half, and she has managed to get about 45 MPG average, which even with spirited driving is pretty good. This car is also mapped for 95 RON fuel. If you open the fuel filler cap, it says so. And so filling this car up is quite cheap. It's a 40-litre tank, and it's like 40 to 45 pounds to fill up the tank, and that will get you about 400 miles, which, you know, I think is pretty good, really, especially when it makes this noise. I mean, this noise is everything. Fantastic. This particular car, well, not this exact one, but this Abarth 124 Spider has clearly got like an orifice or something on the return line to the slave cylinder, because the smoothness at which it changes gear is fantastic. Unlike the GT86, where it's really tricky to sometimes get that smooth shift, this is buttery smooth. It does a really great job of flattering the gear shift, and I really like that. It means you can make quick, really quick gear changes, and it sounds and feels really slick. So yeah, I like it. I really like the relationship between the gear shift, the clutch. It is brilliant. I just wish that throttle was a bit more snappy. As we discussed earlier, sport mode fixes it. So sport mode in this car slackens off the stability control and also gives you better throttle response. You can turn all the traction control off, and this car has a slippy diff, so it will do big skids, but on a day like today where it's dry and we've got pretty grippy tyres, the back end staying pretty in check, so no hooliganism for today. So we have climate control, we have cruise control, as I said, we've got the lights, we've got the automatic wipers, there's parking sensors, So it's just a great car, really, and one that I think people need to stop sleeping on. I think it has everything that makes an MX-5 great, but there's just some Italianness about this car that just elevate the experience for me just to that next level, mostly in that this powertrain, particularly when you downshift, oh my goodness me, when you heel toe or rev match just right, it sounds absolutely wonderful. But it just, yeah, it elevates the experience, and there's just a charm, there's a character to this car. And I think even my GT86 is lacking in its Japanese clinicalness that this car has in spades. And for that, yeah, this car is wonderful. It makes you forget some of the little flaws that it has, like the chairs aren't great, and the boot's really small, and it's a bit unresponsive because of the turbo. It's just, I mean, what a car. So, there we have it, boys and girls. The Abarth 124 Spider. A car that packs so much character and charm into the MX-5 chassis. For all of its flaws, it makes up for with just bags of character, and I couldn't think of a better car for the summer. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and we'll see you all for the next one, which should be a review of my exhaust on my GT86. Take care.